All right, boys, man, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, we're going to be talking about how to become more productive, okay? This is a very important subject because a lot of people, they want to become more productive, to always get to the next level. Most likely, you watch this channel because you want to get to the next level. And the way you get to the next level is becoming more productive. See, people think adding extra habits, adding extra good habits will make you more productive, but in reality, it really wouldn't. You actually need to cancel out the negative habits, whether that's scrolling on TikTok, watching porn, doing things that's basically not good for you. So if you want to become more productive, eliminate the bad habits, whether it's also eating the junk food too. I completely stopped eating all that junk food, bro. Like that shit not good for you. So you want to start fasting also. Number one way to probably become more productive is literally fast. We're already going to start right there. Literally, if you genuinely, you don't eat nothing all the way until later on in the day, you'll be more productive. You want to know why? Because when you're hungry as hell, it gives you that motivation and that drive to just more so lock in. So whenever you doing the task, tell yourself, I'm not going to eat until I finish this task. I don't deserve to eat. I don't deserve to eat until I finish all of these tasks, all of these things that I have to do. Because I recently watched one of Hamza's videos, and he actually talked about the thing called brain fog. Brain fog is a real thing. That's when you're eating carbs, really eating food in general though, unhealthy sugars and all that bullshit, bro. Like, in order to stay more productive is to literally just don't eat nothing, bro. Because you gotta look at yourself like this. What did you do today to deserve to eat food? And I don't care if you guys say, oh, it's in my refrigerator, I bought it, it's mine. So what, bro? You haven't done nothing to deserve to eat. You think cavemen was able to eat whenever they wanted? Absolutely not. They kept on working until it was time to eat. You feel me? You don't just pull out shit out your refrigerator. See, that's the problem with the world nowadays. Y'all just be pulling shit out the refrigerator. You haven't done nothing to eat and you don't deserve it. So like, what are you doing, So don't eat anything until the task is done. I remember back in high school where I had these assignments that I didn't want to do, and I just kept on getting bad grades. So you know what I chose to do, bro? I chose to not eat until I finished the fucking task, bro. Finish the fucking task, then eat the food. Do what you gotta do so you can deserve the food. You have to earn this kind of things. Number two, literally the saying goes like eat the motherfucking frog. Eat the frog. Whenever you wake up in the morning, do that task that you don't want to do. The task that you don't want to do, when you get that over with, it gets easier down the list. So let's say you had 10 things to do. Do the thing that you don't want to do and then let it tear down to the more fun things that you want to do. You get what I'm saying? So if you didn't want to work out in the morning, or you get up and go work out in the morning, that's probably going to be the hardest task of the day because clearly you know you're going to miss that task versus you working on that business, even though you want to work on that business and you might have had a good time, but technically you're still procrastinating because you didn't do the thing that you really most likely didn't want to do. So always wake up and do the thing that you don't want to do and let the list get easier as it goes. So start off the hardest thing that you don't want to do, and then as the list go down, you do more things that you actually want to do. Next, set alarm clocks. And also, the night before you go to sleep, put down a to-do list of the things that you're going to do for the day. I recently talked about this. You make a to-do list of the things that you don't oh my God, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. Make a to-do list of things that you got to do, okay? Take care of that. Make a to-do list. Set alarm clocks and put what time you're going to do these things. Basically, schedule out your day. In order to become a multi-millionaire, I'm not gonna lie, you might gotta plan your day like straight throughout. Like everything gotta be planned. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Whether you're gonna see a friend, a girl, even like when you're working out or working on your business, your day has to be structured because I don't really know no successful guys who don't have like a schedule. You definitely need to schedule things set in place for the next just 7 days. I'll be doing this, but I'll low-key be falling off, so I just kind of have to get back really on it. That's why I'm talking about the subject, because I'm really back on it again. But I noticed that I was more happier when it was on the schedule versus where I had unlimited time and I didn't know what to do, or I forget to do this, or I forget to do that, versus if you already planned it for the day the night before, guess what? The next day, you already know exactly what to do. You have no reason to procrastinate, and you have the time set in place to go ahead and do so. And make sure you're only focused on these tasks. So guess what? By the time the 48 hours is over, that was 48 hours of productivity. And really, if you work a job, you might be doing like 3-4 hours, but on the weekend, you might go do 12. But in my case, it might be 48 because, I got a life outside of that. And I just want to add on, you definitely want to have a social life, you know what I'm saying? So still have a social life. especially if you work a job and you're doing things. Definitely add it, all right? Have a social life so you can be able to live and do what you got to do, you feel me? Now, there is this saying where they be like, turn your brain off. If you ever notice, there's guys that are more stupider than you that are, you know what I mean? They're not even smart at all and they're just successful. I know you guys seen this before where they're just basically like retards. Think about somebody like Shamar. No offense, he's LGBTQ, he's disabled. He's not, you can look at a guy and be like, oh, he's not really that smart. But really, bro, the reason why these guys are really successful is because they turned their brain off, bro. You got to turn your brain off. So you got to not worry about how you feeling about the situation or this is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just lock in and focus on that task until the task is completed for the day, bro. This is how you actually become successful. Like, if you think about it, anybody that's like ran a YouTube channel that's actually successful in that business, more than likely they turned their brain off and they just literally focus on that task for hours, where they ate, sleep, and drink. That's all they did. And that's the only reason why someone like that can really become successful. They mainly just put their focus towards that thing and they made it happen, bro. Like, you got to turn your brain off, bro. Stop worrying about everything else that's going on outside of you. Turn your phone completely off, bro. Turn your phone off. Put your phone do not disturb. Turn notifications off. You can't even get no call notifications. Like, completely turn that off. I noticed that anybody that's successful, their phones are off. Their phones are not even on. Turn your phone off because you're distracting yourself. Whether you're getting on social media, accepting calls, looking at text messages, notifications, and all that. I noticed that when you're able to turn your phone off, it low-key turns your brain off. So when you wake up and you start getting to working on these things, your mind is just not on the other bull crap, bro. And I'm telling you right now, at the moment, you might think you don't like this. You might not like being this disciplined, doing what you're doing. But as you keep on doing it, you're going to fall in love with it. And you're just going to stick with it. Now, I did do this for like a couple of months. And I realized, like, I loved it when I was more so that kind of discipline versus... It was still discipline on both levels, but it was less structured. You feel me? So you want to have a structure like kind of with it, bro. So when you got that structure, you're going to be like, you're going to feel disciplined. You're going to feel right. You're going to feel like you did the things that you actually needed to do. And this is really how you notice anybody that's successful, because they're not scrolling. They're not doing any of that. They more than likely turned their brain off and only consumed the kind of topic on that business model or that brand. Just pay attention to that. Anybody that is technically successful, they mainly focused on this one thing and this one thing only. They can't see nothing else. Their day is structured. They're working out. Because I ain't gonna lie, I believe you got to work out to become successful, especially when you come from a middle class or a less class. You know what I'm saying? Or a poor class. So working out is definitely important. They turned their brain off. They worked out and they mainly focused on this topic. One day we're going to talk about the book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. That's the kind of book I'm really on too. I'm reading a couple of books. So yeah, we definitely gonna talk about this kind of stuff later on. But hopefully you gain some value from this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.